Do you think being first results in being a technological leader?
Well, the point is not only being first in launching a given product or solution, but is being first in launching it in a sustainable way, keeping or even increasing the quality and reliability standards that are well recognized in a brand like Daikin.
Ciao, and welcome to our fourth episode of Applied Talks. Over the last few weeks, we've had some really awesome discussions. Discussions that have captured, I feel, the vision and innovation of Daikin products, developed to help the world now, in our current state, and well into the future. Today we've invited Luca Del Ferraro to talk about technologies featuring R-32 refrigerant, one of which is the Daikin Blue Evolution, which is made of cutting-edge products using R-32 with the aim of significantly reducing their environmental impact without impacting their performance or their ability to produce the level of comfort required to meet the demanding needs of our customers. The R-32 refrigerant, in fact, has a higher yield than a great majority of the other refrigerants used for HVAC applications. And at the same time, it allows us to reach high energy efficiency levels with lower CO2 emissions than solutions that use traditional refrigerants, such as, say, R410A. The R32 refrigerant is also a pure refrigerant, extremely easy to recycle since it can be recovered during maintenance operations and, once regenerated, can be safely reused. These are just some of the reasons why R32 represents a great solution, especially if we consider the goals established by the European legislation on fluorinated greenhouse gases, which will eventually reduce the use of refrigerants, as mentioned, R410A. With that, I would like to now introduce Luca Del Ferraro. Luca has been with Daikin Applied Europe since 2006 and has spent the last 4 years as the engineering director. He has led his team through the development of all Daikin technologies for the commercial and industrial air conditioning sector, including those featuring R32. In this episode, with Luca's help, we're going to retrace his experience in developing technology designed to work with R32. Daikin Applied Europe was the first company in the HVAC sector to develop and launch to market an air-cooled scroll chiller using R32 refrigerant. That unit is the EWAT-B chiller. So without further ado, let's get to our discussion. Welcome, Luca.
Thanks, Kute. I'm very happy and excited to be here. I've been watching the Applied Talks, and when they asked me to be a guest, I was really excited. Thanks for having me today.
Oh, for sure. You have a very interesting background and one that is very relevant to the HVAC industry in today's topic. So, Luca, let's talk about the impact of this groundbreaking development on the entire HVAC sector after almost 2 years from the launch of the EWA-B series.
Sure. Where would you like to start?
Well, let's start with the development process. What are the challenges of developing something totally new, never seen before in the industry?
Well, developing something new that will drive the market for the years to come is definitely exciting for a development team. On the other hand, it means also opening paths never explored before, with all the risk associated with that, both from the strategic and the technical point of view. When we started the R32 project, there was no manufacturer of components for large chillers able to supply us suitable components, and there was no clear indication from the market what the direction was in terms of refrigerant. We had to select key partners who were believing in this project and willing to get on board. In some cases, we had to support in complying with the safety requirements called by this refrigerant. Of course, when you develop something new, safety and reliability is key. Fortunately, Daikin has a wide experience from the residential application, so we could take advantage of our internal know-how both for the design aspects of the product and for all the necessary requirements to handle safely these refrigerants during the production process. One of the latest uncertainties was the acceptance of the market for a chiller series exclusively designed for R32, which is classified as a mildly flammable refrigerant belonging to the A2L class. At the time we started the development, there was some limitation in the use of R-32 in some countries, as local regulations were only considering either flammable or non-flammable refrigerants. However, as we proceeded with the development, it became clear that we had taken the right choice, as the price of refrigerant with high GWP like 14A skyrocketed due to F-gas quota reductions. Response from the market since the very beginning proved that the market was ready to accept these new refrigerants. We saw some manufacturers trying to go different with other refrigerants, mainly blends, which still have the same flammability class as R-32 and a similar GWP, without, however, enjoying the same technical pluses of R-32, so they are less competitive. More recently, many competitors are coming up with their R-32 products, recognizing de facto the new industry standard we have set up a couple of years ago.
Well, that is fantastic. And to be honest, I'm a little envious. I wish I could have been part of that development team. It sounds like you guys had a lot of fun. Switching gears though, let's talk about free cooling. Now, free cooling is something that I have had some direct experience with. And as I understand it, a few months after the launch of the EWAT-B series, there was the introduction of the free cooling option for this product, which was and still is very interesting because it is designed to take advantage of the specific characteristics of the R-32 refrigerant. Can you comment on that and also about the advantages that option offers?
Yeah, the free cooling option came as a result of a brainstorming within the R&D team after a series of tests we had done on the refrigerant migration with other gases. When R-32 came into the picture, we understood we had a potential we had to take advantage of. However, our test indicated clearly which were the factors limiting the refrigerant flow during the migration process. Here we developed the patented idea of the full free cooling with a dedicated heat exchanger able to triple the capacity versus a similar chiller equipped with the standard evaporator. Today, our product portfolio includes both the light and full free cooling options, thus covering different needs, from data center or process cooling to small comfort applications in northern climates, where part load cooling is required and outdoor conditions allow for the free cooling to operate. One of the biggest advantages of both solutions is being plug and play. Everything is in the package, and client does not have to concern about the use of glycol, as free cooling is done with the refrigerant, evaporators are properly isolated, and the control logic avoids freezing. With the optional pump kit, everything is included and contained into the same footprint of the standard chiller. So no special transport, no special arrangement for installation, maintenance is required.
What a phenomenal achievement. Daikin is definitely a first mover when we talk about R-32 in the HVAC industry. And just so everybody is aware, we call first movers those who are the first to market with a product or service. They typically have more time to perfect their product while being able to establish strong brand recognition and customer loyalty before their competitors. So Luca, that being said, do you think the same applies to Daikin and the R-32 products completing the Blue Evolution series for the HVAC sector? And do you think being first results in being a technological leader?
Well, the point is not only being first in launching a given product or solution, but is being first in launching it in a sustainable way, keeping or even increasing the quality and reliability standards that are well recognized in a brand like Daikin. One of the key aspects in developing the R-32 chillers and heat pumps was to create new design standards as to ensure safety and reliability of the product. Also, in terms of production, Daikin has invested in applying the most stringent safety standards in handling an A2L refrigerant, operating in a legal framework that in Italy was not completely set at the time Daikin Applied Europe started to upgrade the production lines. Thanks to the support given by our colleagues from the other Daikin Europe factories, we got all the necessary knowledge and soon became a reference for the legislators that recently revised the safety standards, introducing specific prescriptions for installations with A2L refrigerants in Italy.
I can certainly agree with you about Daikin's commitment to safety. I see it in all aspects of their business. Going back to first movers, though, they are almost always followed by competitors that attempt to capitalize on their success. That's just normal in business. But do you think being first still helps being better when compared to those who try to copy or follow your footsteps?
Of course, our competitors will move in a path we opened 2 years ago and will have life easier in introducing their R-32 products. However, while they're trying to catch us up, we can stand on the shoulders of giants and work to the next breakthrough with a technology advantage over the others. However, keeping the leadership is even more difficult than reaching it, as we have pushed the boundaries to a higher level, and now it is up to us to demonstrate we can go higher.
Luca, I want to thank you again for being with us today. It was certainly a pleasure to have you here on our 4th episode of Applied Talks. And again, if I'm being honest, I am still a bit jealous of the team and this great achievement. From what you have shared with us today, it would have been great to have participated in such a fantastic and innovative journey. And I am sure you and the team are proud of all that you were able to accomplish. Well, that wraps up today's episode. I certainly hope everyone has enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you again, Luca, and thanks to our team in Italy who continue to put in the hours to make these episodes possible. They do a tremendous job. And thanks to our viewers for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the content. And from all of us at Daikin Applied Europe, stay safe and stay healthy.